My name is Afrina Lam, founder and CEO at Sina Nanosciences. So at Sina Nanosciences, we're focusing on producing a carbon-based nanoparticle that can cross through the blood-brain barrier. And by using the drug delivery tool, we're actually focusing on targeted drug delivery to treat numerous neurological diseases, kind of focusing all the way from medications to treat. And the mission at the company is focusing on quality of life for these patients. So by using our delivery mechanism, we're hoping that we can increase the efficacy of the drug by crossing through the blood-brain barrier at a more targeted approach, but at the same time, reducing the overall dosing and kind of helping with the systemic toxicity aspects. And thus, in return, the quality of life for patients drastically improves because they're receiving a much lower dosage of the medication and really focusing on targeting one specific region in the body versus kind of targeting more of that systemic dosing that's currently seen with a lot of the oncology drugs currently on the market. So one of our primary goals is to build a network with other first-time CEOs and founders and kind of share the experiences that they've had, especially learning through the pain points of fundraising, but also kind of gaining access to a network that would focus on the investor relations, but also kind of building our scientific advisory board. And we're excited to kind of bring that mentorship and advisory that the Termeer Fellowship provides by their access to a great network of other people kind of sharing the same vision and mission of the company itself. But I think the program itself is wonderful to bring together other first-time biotech founders and really help them grow and kind of improve on the leadership skills as well. It's a huge honor, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of this wonderful organization and also growing and learning from other founders, but also taking the company to the next level.
My name is Álvaro Mororto, and I'm the CEO and president of Mediphage Bioceuticals. Mediphage is developing a gene therapy platform based on its technology called mini-string DNA. And msDNA is a linear, covalently closed DNA molecule that can be used for different applications across the gene therapy spectrum. It is produced in vivo using an E. coli platform that ensures that the sequences are of the highest fidelity. So that's what differentiates us, and we are developing with in our company. Gene therapy has not reached its peak yet, so it has the potential to impact the life of millions and millions of patients around the world. With our technology, we're hoping to provide a new type of DNA, one that can help address some of the biggest challenges in gene therapy today, from being able to produce in larger quantities, increasing yields, reducing development and manufacturing costs, and to provide the sector with the ultimate DNA, one that does not have unwanted sequences and is produced with the highest fidelity, offering the best quality materials to develop safe therapies. Getting access to experienced resources is invaluable and something that I try to do. So being part of a network of experienced individuals will help me and Mediphage advancing our technology in a better and more efficient way than if I would be doing on my own. And access to people with whom I can share thoughts and bounce ideas off, or just getting feedback can only help me grow. But I also feel that being part of a network also brings the responsibility to contribute. And if I'm able to help other fellows, that will also be very fulfilling at a personal level. Of course, it makes me very proud and happy, to put it in very simple terms. And I'm excited about the opportunities and the programs that the foundation offers to all its fellows and all of us. But I also hope that I will be able to represent well the few but growing number of Latin Americans working in the biotech sector. Personally, it has been a long and sometimes difficult path to become a CEO, and I hope I can inspire other Latins to pursue their dreams in biotech.
My name is Labi Arison. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Genzyke. Genzyke is a programmable genomic medicines company with a mission to treat patients with genetic disease, as well as provide global access to genomic medicines. Genzyke is seeking to change the therapeutic landscape and patients' lives in two different dimensions. The first one is really trying to address some of the huge unmet clinical need when it comes to targeted delivery of genomic medicines. In fact, to date, there is no FDA-approved genomic medicine that is systemically delivered and can actually access any other tissue outside the liver. So that aspect of providing targeted or precision delivery for genomic medicines, both gene delivery and oligo, Genzake's platform is extremely cost-efficient and scalable. And one of our missions is actually changing the paradigm of access to genomic medicines, both in the US as well as globally. So Henry Termeer himself, I think, is an inspiration in the way he conceptualized and frameworked the idea of building innovation together through networks, through mutual collaboration and camaraderie in a sense. And I think I deeply connected with that vision and see the Termeer Fellowship and organization as an opportunity to find similar spirited individuals that I can both support and lean on to generate the type of innovation that our society needs. Being recognized as a Termeer Fellow is first and foremost a huge compliment. Plan to both invest my time, my attention, and sort of a strategy perspective to gain the most out. So this is a huge opportunity, and I think as the growing community, it's something that can leverage and build just additional layers of innovation in drug development across our ecosystem.
My name is Natalie Gallant. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Paradox Immunotherapeutics. Paradox Immunotherapeutics, we develop immunotherapies for a wide range of protein misfolding diseases. And essentially what we have is 3 drugs in development and a platform to back it up. We are a platform orphan drug company. And at Paradox, our mission is to unravel protein misfolding diseases and transform the treatment landscape that affects patients who are suffering from often these rare indications. As someone who's worked on the front lines of healthcare and actually worked on a cardiovascular unit and cared for patients who were suffering from protein misfolding diseases, such as those that result in heart failure, I actually learned and firsthand what these patients are going through. And that really inspired me. So when I did enter into graduate school to do my PhD, I found a project that was able to have an impact on patients and develop therapeutics for protein misfolding diseases. And that relates now what we're doing at Paradox, which is to achieve that impact in terms of the treatment landscape. Once I learned about the Termeer Foundation and the fellowship program, and the fact that there's a bunch of mentors who are passionate about bringing therapeutics and cures and treatments for patients suffering from many of the diseases that impact us today, as well as the opportunity to be paired with and learn from peers who are just as passionate about bringing therapies forward for patients, it really inspired me. And I said, this is a group that I want to tap into. This is a network that I want to be part of. So as a CEO, there's 2 things that I'm hoping to achieve and gain through participation of my participation in the program. Number 1 is to connect and learn from other successful CEOs or industry leaders who brought treatments and therapies from bench to bedside. And the second part that I'm hoping to gain from my participation in the program is to connect with peers who are just as passionate about bringing therapies out to patients who are suffering from rare diseases. It feels amazing. I am absolutely honored and grateful to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow, and I hope to contribute and build upon the vision and legacy of Henry Termeer and his mission to basically bring cures and treatments to patients.
My name is Michael Goldberg, and I'm the founder and CEO of Serves Therapeutics, a company that seeks to reimagine cancer surgery and thereby solve the major unmet medical need of post-surgical cancer recurrence by changing how, when, and where cancer immunotherapy is deployed. Presently, surgery is a physical intervention only. We believe that it should and can be a therapeutic intervention as well. To this end, Surge is working towards creating a world where nobody grieves the loss of a loved one to preventable post-surgical cancer recurrence. The Termeer Foundation is a wonderful organization, and we feel incredibly aligned with their mission of endeavoring until every patient has a cure. A friend of mine was already a Termeer Fellow, and she thought extremely highly of the organization. She recommended that I apply, and I'm delighted that she did. I look forward to connecting with and learning from this class and previous classes, which are filled with outstanding healthcare innovators. I'm also looking forward to learning from the outstanding network of mentors that the Termeer Fellowship has assembled and generously made available to us. I'm extremely honored and flattered to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow. Thank you.
My name is Robert Johnson, and I am CEO of a company called Termeer Therapeutics. I was really interested in technologies that could help those patients who are being left behind. So we have some very exciting world-first data in diseases which historically have been very hard. Our first program is for a disease called ataxia telangiectasia, or AT for short. Children with AT typically become wheelchair dependent by the age of around about 10 years old. And the biology of this disease has been studied for 20, 30 years, but so far there has never been a disease-modifying therapy. And we have discovered some new biology and have some really very exciting data that could lead to a new therapeutic, a disease-modifying therapy. We're hoping to slow down the rate of progression of the disease, but we dream about being able to completely halt any further progression of the disease. Being a biotech CEO is a dream come true, but I'm really in the beginning of my career as a biotech CEO. And I do believe in ongoing self-improvement in all aspects of life. And I really want to build a great company so we can achieve our mission of developing some revolutionary new medicines. I love meeting new people. I love connecting with like-minded CEOs and biotech professionals and listening to their stories. And one day, perhaps, I might have the opportunity to mentor the next generation of biotech CEOs. I believe that the right mentor at the right time, at the right dose, can be life-changing. I am absolutely thrilled to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow, and as Sir Isaac Newton pointed out, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants.
Hi, my name is Paras Akhlaq. I am the CEO, co-founder, and one of the co-inventors at GC Therapeutics. At GC Therapeutics, we are developing novel cell therapies to be able to address hard-to-cure diseases. And in order to do that, we are combining synthetic biology with gene editing to be able to address one of the most important problems in cell manufacturing, which is scalability, as well as to be able to make these cells in a reproducible manner. What we do at GC is that we are able to shorten the process that typically is used to differentiate stem cells into the target cell type that is required for patients into a really, really short period of time that is not done previously. For example, we can shorten the timeline from weeks to months into a 4-day process, and we can do it in a really efficient manner instead of having really low efficiencies, which typically the field is experiencing like 4 to 12% or so. You're able to increase that to a really high efficient process, which is like 99% efficient. With that, we are able to make cell therapies really accessible for patients that they need them. And that means that we will have much more cost efficient and also much more reproducible and high quality products for patients. I really believe that Termeer Foundation is one of the best places for me to be able to have access to this great network of individuals who have done this before multiple times. And at the same time, I really believe that they all have the same mission that I have, to help patients. And therefore, I thought when I learned about it, that it is the best thing for me to apply for this. I can only imagine having access to all of these great minds that Termeer Foundation has put together is going to be a fantastic opportunity for me.
My name is Jason Kralik. I'm co-founder and CEO of TELUS Therapeutics. TELUS Therapeutics is a neonatal care company whose mission is to develop safe and effective treatments for newborns in the neonatal intensive care unit. Our aim is to improve the care and outcomes of babies by intervening in the first days of life for a lifetime of benefit. And our mission is guided by the voices of patients, physicians, families, and the patient advocacy groups. Our interventions, again, will be delivered in the neonatal intensive care unit in the first weeks of life. And the impact that we hope to have on patients is to improve their neurodevelopmental outcomes. Other indications that we're pursuing would improve their cardiopulmonary function or gastrointestinal health. I'm looking to develop relationships with peers in the life sciences industry to support one another in meeting our objectives and our missions to develop new treatments for patients. So I'm incredibly grateful to be selected to be a 2023 fellow, and the foundation that I am becoming more and more familiar with as the weeks go on, and I look forward to meeting everyone. I see it as a legacy that Henry Termeer has left. Grateful and honored to be selected among such a high caliber group of scientist entrepreneurs, and I'm hoping to serve the Termeer Foundation as the network has been doing.
I'm Dan Mandel, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Grow Biosciences. Grow Biosciences is working to redefine protein therapeutics by granting access to an expanded alphabet of amino acid building blocks for protein-based therapeutics. So our goal is to identify truly pressing unmet needs in the clinic that simply can't be addressed using therapeutics that are constructed from the standard 20 amino acid building blocks. And so we're looking for opportunities where there's a really holy grail problem in the clinic that can be uniquely addressed by granting access to this expanded amino acid alphabet. I was motivated to apply for the fellowship because I think one of the most difficult challenges facing scientists, CEOs, and co-founders is understanding what it is that we don't know. And this job really requires you to change and adapt over time, both personally and professionally. And having access to this outstanding network of mentors who can help you identify your blind spots as well as guide you through them, together with the other fellows who are probably facing many of the same challenges, is going to be an invaluable opportunity for me to grow as a leader in the space. And so two areas that I think the Termeer Fellowship is really going to help me are around understanding how do you make the transition from a scientist to a CEO and leader in the field, bringing an organization from a primarily research focus to development focus, as well as providing me with access to a fantastic network of individuals who have not only been leading companies, but who have addressed many of the same growth challenges that all early stage companies like my own faces. It feels amazing and truly as an honor to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow. Henry Termeer is somebody who has contributed incredibly to not only medicine and science, but to his broader community. And so this is something at Grow Biosciences that we care deeply about, starting with the focus on the patient and developing therapies that really couldn't be addressed any other way, but also by broadening our engagement with our community. And to be recognized as someone who embodies those values and furthering the mission of Henry Termeer is truly an honor.
My name is Jill. I'm the CEO of Sternigen Therapeutics. At Sternigen, we are reimagining RNA therapy with novel chemistry. So we have our semi-RNA platform, which is breaking new ground, expanding RNAi applications to new areas like immunology, dermatology, and CNS. Our ultimate goal is to make patient-friendly therapies. So for us, that means therapies that are not just safer and more efficacious, but also easier to administer. We've shown that unlike other RNA technologies that are out there, ours can be easier for the patients to use, such as topical application for dermatology and subcutaneous injection for deployment.
The Termeer Foundation continues Henry Termeer's legacy in bringing up the next generation of biotech leaders. And its LISA Fellowship Program focuses on promoting innovation in healthcare as well as the commitment to patient-centered solutions, which really resonated with our mission at Termeer. I was motivated to apply for the fellowship because I saw it as an opportunity to learn from and collaborate with the like-minded leaders who share a passion for improving patient lives. I'm most looking forward to connecting with and learning from the fellow Termeer Fellows, as well as from the rest of the network, of course, the great advisors that are part of the program. And at least the learnings from the program will really help us grow and impact the field of RNAi therapy. It's a tremendous honor to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to join the community that's so inspiring, that are true leaders in the healthcare field. And I think together we can drive innovation and improve patients' lives. And I'm really excited to see what we can accomplish together.
I'm Sophia Rizvi, and I'm the CEO and founder of Scylla Therapeutics. We are developing novel inhaled therapies for the treatment of airway obstructive pulmonary diseases, including cystic fibrosis, COPD, primary ciliary dyskinesia, and severe asthma. Our lead indication is a rare genetic disease called primary ciliary dyskinesia, or PCD. The mission of Scylla Therapeutics was driven because we were inspired by a real-life patient who was suffering from airway obstructive disease and had very hard time breathing. And that drove our mission, and we'll deliver this mission by developing and delivering novel inhaled therapies that are effective and also can reach patient fast. I applied because it would enable me to meet other people with the background in biotechnology and life sciences, and people who have skill set and experiences that are complementary to mine. And it will not only help me become a better leader and better founder, better entrepreneur, but it also will provide me the opportunity to also become a resource for others. I feel honored and privileged to be recognized as a Termeer Fellow because being associated with Termeer Foundation and its broad network of individuals who are highly accomplished and also mission-driven. So be part of that group of people by itself is an honor, and looking forward to meeting other founders and mentors and advisors, and hopefully someday be able to serve as a mentor for founders like myself in the future.
So my name is Leila van Dessel, and I'm the CEO of Earnest Pharmaceuticals. So at Earnest, we're engineering bacteria to treat solid tumors. So we're making a new drug delivery method to bring drugs directly into the cytosol of cancer cells. And our mission is to use this for hard-to-treat tumors, such as liver, pancreas, and ovarian. At this point in time, there's not a lot out there for these patients, and we really want to create a new way to deliver drugs to them, to open up a whole new toolbox of therapies for these patients for when they run out of treatment options, which is rather quick right now. Our main goal is to develop therapies for stage 3 and stage 4 solid tumor patients. I think at this stage in time, oftentimes the stage 4 diagnosis is a death sentence. There's very few therapies that are effective, and even immune checkpoint inhibitors, which have been effective in melanoma and non-small cell lung cancer, have not shown a lot of efficacy in other tumor types. And so for us, making new therapies for these patients and giving hope to patients with a stage 4 diagnosis is our main goal. I applied to the Termeer Foundations to become part of a network of CEOs where I have people to run my ideas past, to have a sounding box that can help me how to get these therapies into the clinic as fast as possible and as best as possible. I hope to gain a network of fellow CEOs, but I also hope to gain connections for fundraising, for developing and getting this into clinic, for getting clinical people on board, to really enhance how we get these therapies into the clinic as fast as possible. I think to be named in the same sentence as someone who completely changed how rare diseases or drugs for rare diseases are developed and treated is a huge honor.